One power, invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power, indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth. As simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power.
And good morning, everyone. So glad to see everyone here this morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hoping that you guys have just been enjoying this wonderful weather that we've had here of lately. I want to welcome you here to Center for Spiritual Living Midtown, and I want to congratulate all of you here and all of you that's on the cyber space, in the social media space. It's been a year since we've been able to govern ourselves without a minister. And I just want to compliment you guys. I want to congratulate you guys in understanding what a milestone that is. When a community can self-govern, then you know the success of that community. And of course, for a whole year, I want to give a shout out to Dr. Bob. He was here, and of course, he laid the groundwork. So to each and all of you, just know the value that you have brought to this community with your support. And we ask that you continue to support us with your time, with your volunteer efforts, and also with your time. So we will continue to look for a minister to provide leadership for our community. But in the meantime, just know that you have truly made a difference in 1 year being a self-governed community. Yes, do give yourselves a hand. And of course, I'm happy to be part of this community as well. So we have the holidays coming up on us. And of course, that is always a time when we are faced with challenges, faced with our families, actually faced with ourselves. So our talk today is with a wonderful and outstanding person that I know personally, Idella, and she will be letting us know the power of I am. I would like to just do the declaration of principles at this time. And if you would join me, I appreciate you.
A few of the declaration of principles we live by.
I believe in one God, one absolute power, and first cause to all things.
I believe that this power is perfect love, and it creates out of a desire to express love.
I believe all thought is creative, and how I choose to think creates my personal experience.
I believe in the unity of all life, and the immortality of the individual soul forever unfolding.
I believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the eternal givingness of God to all.
And so it is.
So grateful, hey.
Yes, we are so grateful. So as you guys knew, I was raised a Catholic. So the I am, for me, has been a very powerful tool. I am, I am, I am. And what we follow the I am with is what we begin to identify ourselves. That is a tool that we use to identify ourselves. And as a Catholic, I had many labels that I used to identify myself. Of course, as a Catholic, we were the right ones and everybody else was wrong. So we have the self-righteousness label, often found in the religious community. So again, we use I am for this, I am for that. However, we come to know and understand life is full of labels, plenty labels. But we must be mindful of the labels of the I am on how we identify ourselves. The labels are good, particularly to identify what those limitations are so we don't bring harm or injury into ourselves or to others. And of course, there has to be a balance. And taking the classes here at the Science of Mind is where and how I became aware that I was doing the self labeling of I am. It was so awakening for me. It was so insightful for me. So the I am that I became aware of was one of the I ams of being a victim. I am making myself the victim and then turning around and blaming everyone else that do not wear the same label as me. So the self-righteousness. And it was through the classes that I learned how I was separating myself from the life that I wanted, from the desires that I wanted, from the peace that I wanted. And of course, it was through the teachings of oneness here in this community that I was able to learn the power of I am. And I've made myself very, very much aware of the I am, I am, I am. And it through that reprogramming of my mind on we are one in spirit, it has brought so much peace and joy into my life. So I ask you, what are those labels that you're using to create your identity? And are they keeping you from being your true self, which is that of spirit? So now I would like to bring us into a meditation. Again, meditation is another one of those tools that I really like. Of course, I like treatment. So there are many tools in our lives that we can use to guide us. And so I will be doing a treatment now, and the treatment will be for the oneness. So I ask that you all join me in consciousness, in mind, in knowing there is but the one and the one and the one and the one and the one. And in this oneness comes all things. It is this divine oneness that manifests the whole world. And as a manifestation of this oneness, I am one with all. I am one in spirit. I am one with all. And in this idea of oneness, I am connected in spirit to each and every one walking this earth, in the north, in the south, in the east, and the west. It is this idea of oneness that I identify with. that lets me know my true identity, that which is of spirit. And in this oneness, I bring oneness to all and to everyone that I meet. It brings love, it brings peace, it brings joy. It is this gift of oneness that I offer you, and this knowledge of how the universe in and of itself works. And for this, I am grateful. And so it is. So now we will have our special music.
I am the infinite presence. I am the one in all. I am the truth in beauty, the answer to Spirit's call. Present, ever near. I am the one you see, whispering softly in your ear. Within your heart there is a door. Step through into the light. The arms of love await you. With these golden wings, take flight. I am the infinite presence. I am the one in all. I am the truth in beauty, the answer to Spirit's call. Present, ever near. I am the one you see, whispering softly in your ear. Within your heart there is a door. Step through into the light. The arms of love await you. With these golden wings, take flight. With these golden wings, take flight. The arms of love await you. with these golden wings take flight. The arms of love await you with these golden wings take flight.
Wonderful. Today's lesson, again, is about I am one. So today, guys, we have a very special dynamic speaker that is joining us, Idella Veal, and I've been knowing her for years, and I can tell you she walks the walk. She don't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. Just a little bit about Idella. She is a native Atlanta. Again, that is very rare. So we have a rare individual to be joining us today. She attended the Atlanta Public Schools. That's just how rare she is. Some people say they're from Atlanta, but they're from the surrounding area. She's a graduate of Henry Grady High School, which is now Midtown High, and a graduate of Georgia State University School of Business, and from there to the business world. Idella grew up in one of the largest Baptist church in Atlanta, which is Wheat Street Baptist Church on Auburn Avenue. There's a lot of history there, so she comes with a depth of experiences, and I'm really excited to hear from her. This is where the doors swing back on welcome hinges. Realized there had to be more to life spiritually than what she was experiencing. After reading a few books on spirituality by Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, others, and the Science of Mind magazine, Idella located the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta at the Woodruff Arts Center and started attending Sunday mornings. She took every class they offered until the only classes left were for practitioners. So she became a licensed CSL practitioner in 2014, along with being a certified health and fitness coach when she left corporate America. So, guys, please help me welcome the one and only Idella Veal.
Well, Barbara, thank you for that wonderful introduction. And it was so wonderful walking in because I looked, I'm like, I know these folks. I started at the Spiritual Living Center with just about everybody that I'm looking at in here. And it's been a while since I've seen a lot of you, and some of you I see on Facebook, but it's so good to see you this morning. It is great to be here with you, and I bring greetings from the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta, Reverend David Alexander. And the Spiritual Living Center of Atlanta is celebrating its 40th year. 45th? Today. So if you, later, if you'd like to come over at 3 o'clock, and we're located on North Druid Hills now, and join us. We'd love to see you. So thank you for inviting me to Maya to be here with you all. This is really fun. The power of the words I am, that goes way back to, I believe, the book of Exodus. I am that I think it was Moses said, who shall I say sent me to do what you're asking me to do, to go free, to say, let my people go. And God said, you tell them that I am, that I am, that I am sent you. Now, along with the power of the word I am, you have to put more with it than just saying it. You've got to use the power of your imagination. If there's something that is that you're desiring, let's say if there's an issue with health or wholeness, the power of the imagination, which is, I'm going to kind of go off on that end right now. The imagination is powerful. When you say, I am whatever, I am whole, I am perfect, I am complete. So what does that feel like? What does it feel like to be whole, perfect, and complete? Let's say if there's someone who's been not whole and complete all their lives. They may have been ill. And if that is a desire and you really I don't really know what that feels like, then you ask somebody who you know operates that way in wholeness. They're healthy, whole, and complete. So the power of the imagination is a part of this. And I'm going to start with that. The power of the imagination, Ernest Holmes has something to say about that too. Ernest Holmes says, we exist so that divine feeling, fire, imagination, and creativity may be expressed through us. Be yourself and express life as you find it. Never, let's see, I wrote this and I need to know what this is. Never imitate, be yourself. Trust the self, find the self, and God in the self. What you are trying to do is awaken your whole being to spiritual awareness. The power of the imagination transcends logic and taps into the field of infinite possibilities. Imagination is the magnet, the language of the universe that draws the thing imagined from the field of infinite possibilities to manifestation. The creative process of the imagination is limited only by our ability to envision and conceptualize our grandest ideas. That's what Ernest Holmes says about it. So, as we charge our imagination with emotion and mental pictures, we'll attract its physical equivalent. Vividly think about what you want and then see it. See it in your mind's eye. Now, this crew here has been in the science of mind for a while. So we understand, or should I assume that we all understand how to create with our imagination? Sometimes we forget. And the power of words. So we decide, I'd like to do that. I'd like to be that. I'd like to own that. I'd like to go there and participate. There might be a but I don't know. I don't know if I can manage that. I don't know if I can physically walk over there and participate in that particular activity. I don't know. So there's doubt. So what one does with the power of the imagination is to sit down and think about what it is that you really want to do. How do you want it to feel? It's the feeling of this, of what you like to participate in. You may have never done it before, but how do you think it's going to feel? The imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. And we know that we can use it for the good. Can I get another amen over there? And we can use it for the not so good, the bad. And we will create that also. So we have to be aware of our thoughts. You know, when we wake up in the morning and give praise and thanks for waking up, because everybody didn't wake up. Set our intention for the day. And the intention is, it's another great day. And thank you, God, for another great day. And you set your energy right then and right there of how you're going to step out into the world. And you own that. Own it first thing in the morning. And whatever it is you own, whatever your intention is for the day, put it on first in your mind. Own it. Call it out. This is the day that God hath made. I am rejoicing, and I'm so glad in it. Own that. How does that feel? And you continue to walk in that spirit all day long, giving appreciation, thanksgiving. I was somewhere yesterday, maybe at the grocery store, and I overheard this guy say, "This is the worst day ever." So he threw all of his energy in that, body language and everything. This is the worst day ever. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's just, and I kind of walked by and I was like, do you think you want to claim that? And of course, he didn't know me from Adam. I'm just stepping all in his business. But it kind of bothered me because he was so animated about it. And that energy was kind of coming over my way. And I said, I know you don't know me, but you're just setting the pace for your day right now. And if you wanted to get better, you might want to say some things to turn those comments around that you just made. You went, oh yeah, I did say that, didn't I? And I'm like, yeah, you did. And you said it very powerfully and very strong because it was kind of shaking me. I was like, I need to get away from over here. So he and I don't generally do that, but it was, it did kind of bother me. When I heard it, I could feel the energy from him. And he said, you know what? Thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. And when I was walking out the door, he made it a point of coming by me to say, oh, my day's gotten better and better and better already. thank you so much. And even when he said that, that uplifted my day even more. So, being aware of self-talk. What are we saying to ourselves when we go, I am? What is following that? I am this, I am that. Allow it to be something that will lift you up and people around you. And allow it to be something that you can carry off into the world, into the universe, where you can allow it. It is something that is motivating and exhilarating, and it moves in and through and all around you, where people can look at you and go, ooh, I want what they're on. I want to be like that. I want to feel like that. And we've got the power to do all of that with the words that we speak, the thoughts that we think. I'm in the fitness business, so every day it is upon me to create an atmosphere of motivation to get my folk excited about what they're going to do. And they pretty much already are when they come in, because they know me. You know, I'm not entertaining any negativity. Don't bring that in here. I've already voiced that. This is a place of feeling good, owning your greatness, standing in the truth of who you are, and letting it shine. So they show up ready to go, and they're in a hurry to get out because they say I work them kind of hard. But anyway, it's all good. They're better. I mean, they've been with me a long time, and I told them, continue coming. I mean, we're going to be doing the same thing when we're in our 70s, 80s, 90s, 100 years old. And one said something about, yeah, we'll be coming in with our walkers. And I said, well, I don't have anything against walkers, but no, if we continue to do what we're doing right here, right now, no walkers are needed here. So that's not a vision right now that's in our future. Of course, if somebody needs one, they should make sure they get it. But we know that the power of God, the power of infinite intelligence, moves in and through every cell of our being. Own that. I'm powerful and I'm strong every day. And just saying those words it's invigorating, it's exciting. I am powerful. I am strong. I have the mind of God. Own it. I have the mind of the Almighty. My thoughts are God thoughts. I was going to, you all have this book, don't you? Yeah. I was going to read something from here that I thought was really good. And I'll tell you what page it's on, just in case you might want to go over it again when you, at home when you leave. And I think I have it. Okay. And it's on page 173 in this book, and it's called, How Old Are You? I'm not asking your age. But that's what it is entitled. Any of you guys recall that one? Anyway, it's fun to read. How old are you? Living the Science of Mind, page 173. How old is old? And when does a person get too old to enjoy life? Could it be possible that even age is something that happens to our mind rather than our bodies? And could a person be as young as 80 as he is at 18? We're told that each cell in the physical body is completely replaced every 14 months. It seems funny, though, that does it not to think that no one is ever a year and a half old physically? We're also told that there is no reason to suppose that our minds grow old, that the mind is as young at 90 as it is at 9. The only thing that is added to it is experience. Most psychologists agree that we learn less rapidly as years advance, but just as certainly and just as accurately. Some of the scientific minds today are telling us that while times exist, age does not. That in reality, time is not a way of measuring years and months and days, but rather a measurement of experience in a limitless life. If it is true, in a broad sense, that neither the mind nor the body actually grow old, it is time for us to ask, what produces this aging process? God's mind is the only mind there is, and God is eternal. The whole proposition is this: we live because God lives in us, and we are able to think because the mind of God is in us. Our trouble is that we have thought of ourselves as separate from God, and in doing this, we have stored up burdens of care, worry in our minds. People do not grow old when they are busy with the pleasures of living, the enjoyment and the expectation, the enthusiasm and the thought of the more than is of the thought of the more that is to come. Some people feel in their later years there is not enough left to look forward to. The kick has gone out of life, for no man is happy who chases mad ambition. We're happy only in creative things and in those things where we share the joy of living with others. We must keep our interest in life so active that there will be an element of wonder and surprise in the simple everyday things. Life is activity, and when we stop being active, we turn away from the newness of life. And the people who grow old in years without an inward expectation and assurance that they are going to live forever, somewhere will find the last part of their life burdened with the thoughts of yesterday. Let us make up our minds that yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not arrived, but today can be filled with wonder and curiosity if we know that we stand on the threshold of that which is wonderful and new. This is still Ernest Holmes. I have never yet met a single individual who maintained this attitude in the last part of his life unless he had faith. And I'm talking about the kind of faith we all understand in the meaning of faith in something bigger than we are, in a power greater than we are, and in a complete assurance that we are going to live forever somewhere. It is an interesting fact that whether or not we know it and whether or not we like it, our lives are so tied in with God, the living spirit, that we cannot even remain young and enthusiastic unless we know that we are one with that which knows no age and has no burdens. So, youth is not a time of life, it is a state of mind. Did y'all hear that? Youth is not a time of life, it is a state of mind. Nobody grows old by merely living a number of years. People grow old by deserting their ideals. Years wrinkle the skin, but to give up enthusiasm and a great attitude, that wrinkles the soul. Worry, doubt, self-distrust, fear, and despair. These are the long, long years that bow the head and turn the spirit back to dust. Whether you're 80 or 18, there should be in every person the love of wonder and curiosity, the sweet amazement at the stars and the star-like things and thoughts, the undaunted challenges of events, and the unfailing childlike appetite of what's next, and joy in the game of life. You're all as young as your faith, as old as your doubts, as young as your confidence, as old as your fears, as young as your hopes, and as old as your despair. Live with vitality and passion and joy. So, giving thanks and praise, I think, taking out time during the day as we are living life, enjoying life, giving appreciation, because the word appreciation is appreciate. When things appreciate, it grows. You get more of that. It's compounded. So the message is to give thanksgiving and praise on a regular basis every day. You know, before we go to bed at night, there was a day that has been lived. And I'm sure during that day, there's a lot to give thanks for. So when your head is laid down on that pillow, just thank God, thank the universe for the life that day that was lived. Because how you close your eyes and go to bed at night, that's going to be how you wake up in the morning. And you want to wake up in the morning in joy. Using our imagination for the good will keep our lives, I think, going in the direction that we'd like. And I spoke about it's not about joy, it's about the opposite. That's when people worry. And whatever it is that we're focusing on, we create that. Because what the universe does, it goes, because we're energy beings. And the thoughts that we think, they're going out into the universe. They're going out. And depending on the energy that they're followed with, that'll depend on how fast it comes back to you. So let's continue to live our best life and know that our thoughts are powerful. And if there's something that we want to create that's not there, say if there's a some type of health challenge. I'll tell you a quick story. I went to, had a bad, this has been a long time ago, bad pain in my left side. And I was meditating and doing all that, and it wouldn't go away. It was on a Friday. And I said, oh gosh. And I left the corporate world, so I didn't have insurance. So, and I couldn't, it wouldn't go away. And I started to feel a little antsy about it. So I finally called my doctor, and my doctor, and I explained to them, and they said, well, he said, come on in. Don't worry about your insurance, just come on in. So I went in. He did an x-ray. He said, your intestines is in a loop. It's in a knot, which was not allowing the bowel to flow. So I said, okay, well, give me something to get the loop gone. We can get it out. You know, he goes, I don't have a medication or I can't write a prescription for that. He said, the only way we can do that is with surgery. I'm like, surgery? I don't have insurance. I don't have time for this. I got things to do tomorrow. Let's get this taken care of. Now he goes, that's the problem. You would have to have surgery. And he said, and honey, I have a vacation plan. I'm getting ready to go out of town when I leave here. And so he had his nurse get on the phone and call the doctor that was standing in for him. And, you know, the doctor said, okay, I'll be there for her. But that was not my intention. My intention was I was leaving there and I was saying to myself, God, you and I are going to have a big time conversation when I get out of here. And I said it like that. And the lady said, well, we'll see you we'll probably see you on Saturday. And I'm like, I didn't say anything because I wasn't going to be in anybody's emergency room on Saturday. So anyway, it turned out that I did a meditation, a deep meditation. I visualized the hand coming down and taking the knot out, and all went well. So that's the power of the imagination. And I think I see there are cues for me to cut it. So, but thank you so much. It was a joy to speak with you this morning, and hopefully I'll get a chance to see you again. But the power of the imagination, powerful. Thank you. All right.
Now I'm on. All right, there we go. Thank you, Idella. What an awesome talk. I'm going to do our affirmation of prosperity. Thank you so much. So, wasn't that a wonderful talk? Thanks, Idella. I am, and it's always nice to get practical experience of that mental equivalent that we go through. So now it's our time for prosperity. You can go to cslmidtown.org/donate, or you can scan the QR code. And if you're here in the room, there's a basket in the back to give donations to as well. So if you would with me, say our affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. All right, I've got a few announcements. Like Barbara said, it's 1 year. We've been, I think, more than surviving. We've been growing and growing our consciousness with all this variety of speakers that we've had. We've had amazing speakers this year. And with that, we got Reverend Ron Fox coming back next week online. It's an awesome speaker we've had several times. And we got an echo. Dr. Bob Dean's coming back December 1st to speak for us. So that is awesome. I don't know, magic tricks back there. So that's what we got. If we'll say our affirmation of life, and then we're not going to come back online. So normally the discussion group we have, we're not going to do that today. So we're just going to go right into having food. Maya and I talked about that. So for those of you online, we are so grateful that you're there and participate every single week. But we're going to go right into our brunch today. So our affirmation of life. I leave this place now knowing something better than I knew before. I go forth into the world with a heart of love and a mind full of good sense. I look at the world in a greater way, knowing that I have within me everything I need to create the life I desire. I give thanks for this understanding, and I am grateful for the spirit of life that lives through me. And so it is. See you next week.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all that I have. Hey! Oh yeah. Grateful. I just say I am so grateful every day for all I have. Every day. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for all I have. Every day I say it. Grateful. How I'm grateful. Every day. Oh yeah. I am so grateful. Oh yeah. I'm so grateful. 'Cause I accept and I receive. I am so grateful. Oh yes, I am. I am so grateful. Hey, grateful. I'll just count my blessings.
There is a power for good in the universe greater than you are.